And here we go. Day one of the Cleveland Browns training camp practice is officially in the books, which means we have some news, notes, highlights, observations to talk about in this video. Was a very light practice, didn't really do too much, a little bit of 7-on-7 work, throwing the ball, Deshaun Watson healthy, got to hear from Kevin Stefanski, found out who's injured, who's not, who should be ready to go. We're going to break it all down in this video. Before we jump in though, I do want to give, a massive shout out to all of the Browns media team out there who, again, work so hard each and every single day to kind of get these highlights out for us. And to be honest, without them, videos aren't even possible to make without them. So do me a favor and go follow them on Twitter if you haven't already done so. It won't take too long. All their ads will be at the top of your screen. Just go follow them, and from there you'll be able to find all of the other ones. And to be honest, you'll be able to keep up with everything, news, notes, highlights, even before I post the videos. But with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video and talk a little bit about practice. Now, this is not going to be an extremely long video because, again, it was just an install, right? Trying to get acclimated, get back into the swing of things here for some of the guys. We have a bunch of injuries, a lot of guys, out, should be back soon. But first of all, Greg Newsome, right? He had hamstring surgery, and they are actually hopeful that he will be ready for week 1. Now, that is subject to change, right? There's always setbacks, there's always maybe being ahead of the process, so who knows when he'll be back specifically. But as of right now, Stefanski and the coaching staff are actually extremely hopeful that he will be ready for week 1. Now, he is vital for what they want to do defensively, one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, and adds to what it already is one of the best secondaries, if not the best secondary in football. Now, Dalvin Tomlinson is going to have a knee scope tomorrow. I don't know, what's going to happen, what they're going to say, but again, tomorrow we're going to be on the lookout for that. What the update is, again, I don't have one right now, but tomorrow we should know a lot more. We also heard that Kevin Stefanski will be calling plays once again this season, so we'll see how that goes with Stefanski. Definitely liked what he was doing last year and wants to continue with the same strategy. Now, Deshaun Watson was throwing today, but look for him to continue to ramp up, right? During mandatory minicamp, we saw him throw one day, take an off day. Throw one day, take an off day, right? Now, I think right now he's a little bit more than where he was back then, obviously. I think he will throw almost every single day, including some team drills here and there, but they still want to be careful with him, right? Because one bad throw, you can re-injure that shoulder, and then boom, you're out 6 more months. So they really want to take it slowly but surely, and see how things go from there. I am totally confident in what Deshaun Watson is going to do when he's healthy, but it's getting him healthy. That is the most important thing. Jerry Jeudy worked on the side to start practice, but eventually running routes with the offense. Early on, it looked like, okay, maybe he's not practicing today, maybe he's taking the day off, I don't know what's going on, and then boom, all of a sudden, he's running the routes with the offense. So that was actually good to see. I was getting a little bit nervous there, thought he was going to be, or had a hamstring injury or something like that, he was going to miss practice, but ultimately came in, started working out with the team, and from there, I was like, okay, that is good news. More good news, Amari Cooper at practice, right? Holding out during mandatory minicamp, but now is a full go with the team. Building that chemistry, building that rapport, continuing to get better, staying healthy, right? Big news for the Browns fans out there with Amari Cooper back and ready to go. Now, before we get any further into the video, guys, do me a big favor. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications so you're notified every time we, post one of these Browns videos, right? It's free. It doesn't cost anything to join the family, and we will be covering the Browns throughout all of training camp, all of preseason, all of regular season, everything you could think of. We've got you guys covered, from news, analysis, and breaking down film for every single Browns game all year. So join the family. Also heard a little bit from Nick Chubb. He will be back at some point soon. Again, same thing with Deshaun Watson. They're going to take it slow. They're going to make sure he is healthy. Jerome Ford also was not at practice today. This was more of a personal reason outside of an injury. I think he's fine. I think it's just personal things going on. They do expect him back in the building soon. Hopefully once the pads come on, he's here because he is going to play a vital role, especially while Nick Chubb is out with the injury. He will be their guys. Now, they still have Jedrick Wills on the PUP list. They still have Jack Conklin on the PUP list, which is, something that hopefully those guys can get back sooner rather than later. Because you want to practice at full strength, right? You want to see how good of a team you are when everyone's healthy. And right now, the Browns are dealing with what seems to be a ton of different injuries. The good news is, though, for example, with Dalvin Tomlinson landing on the PUP, they have a ton of depth at that position. And giving opportunities to some of the younger guys, including Mike Hall Jr., Siaki Ika, right? You still have a guy like Shelby Harris and Quentin Jefferson, Maurice Hurst, Chris Williams. So they still have a lot of depth in that, area specifically. But obviously, Dalvin Tomlinson, having him healthy is the most important thing going forward. Other than that, today was a very light practice. Didn't really do too much. A little bbit of Deshaun Watson, a little bit of Jameis Winston, and some quarterbacks throwing the ball a little bit. Seeing the install of Devin Bush getting into the lineup here. Jordan Hicks really starting to come in here, learn the playbook, know where they're supposed to be. That is good sign, right? And again, just install. Once the pads get on, we're going to get to learn a lot more here about the Browns and, how they're practicing, who's breaking out, who's standing out, who could potentially be the next big Cleveland Brown to, come alive here. So very, very, very early right now. Still got a lot of work to do, but it is just day one. Day two should be, I believe, tomorrow. So we'll be covering tomorrow's practice. We'll have more to talk about tomorrow. So make sure you guys stay tuned. Hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, join the family, turn on post notifications, because like I said before, we will be covering every single practice, preseason, training camp, everything you guys need to know. We got you guys covered. And lastly, can you guys do me a favor? Comment down below a couple of Browns players that you think could potentially break out this season, whether it's a rookie like Mike Hall, whether it's a second-year player like a guy like, Cameron Mitchell, or if it's a veteran like, Juan Thornhill, right? Grant Delpit. Who do you think could potentially break out here for the Browns in 2024? If you ask me, I'm going to go with the guy like, a lot of these guys are already really good. I think Devin Bush. You know what? I think Devin Bush, because when you look everywhere else on this defense, they have one of the best in the NFL. Devin Bush has been underrated throughout his career so far. Has maybe not underrated, but just not great. I think he can relive up to his expectations of being a high-end pick. If he comes out here and balls out just a little bit, you could see this being a massive steal for the Cleveland Browns. So let me know who you guys think could potentially break out. Join the family. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next Browns update, which should be very, very soon. Peace.